Before the video starts, about 98% of you guys are not subscribed. Subscribing and clicking that bell does help me out a lot in doing what I really want to do. Thank you guys so much for all your support. What is going on, guys? Rogue TCG here bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck profile. This is going to be for Tribrigade Fire King. A little late on this one just because I'm excited about Orcust and everything, but I am hyped for this deck. I am a fan of Tribrigade, been playing it since it came out. Been playing against it since it came out, most definitely, so I have at least a little bit of knowledge on the Tribrigade cards. Fire King's not so much, however, after a read-through and after playing against a couple at locals, I kind of get the general gist of the deck, and I'm just going to walk you through this deck that I've made. The reasoning is between the main deck cards and the extra, not going over the side deck this time, and let's get into it. 40 cards exact in main. We're going to get started. We're playing triple of the legendary Fire King Ponics. When a card that's fire is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. So I'm going to call all the Fire Kings that have this effect the specialers, just because they're free bodies on just from your hand, which pairs beneficially with the Tribrigades. If it's summoned, you get to add a Fire King spell trap from your deck to your hand, and the standby phase of the next turn after this card is in the grave because it's been destroyed and sent there, you can add it back to your hand, so it's kind of like a little infinite engine. Nice, it's a fire, level 1. Reason we're playing this with the Tribrigades is because Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beasts. Next, Double Garunix. This guy is also a specialer, but he specials from hand or grave, so he's a little bit better than the Ponics. On summon, this guy gets to destroy a fire from your hand, field, or deck, which means it's functionally send one from deck, but it's the Fire King equivalent, which destroys. So it allows you to send a card that we're going to go over next to basically get your combo started, and then this guy gains some attack. But nice thing is it can't get Ash since it destroys. Next, one of the best cards in the deck, Kieran. There's a lot of good cards with the name Kieran, and this is just one of them. During the main phase, it enters your hand. It's a quickie in hand, so it's a hand trap. You can destroy another fire that's in your hand or on field to, I believe, special summon this guy. Special summon it, and if this guy is destroyed from anywhere and sent to the grave, you can special summon a Fire King from your grave, and then on resolution destroy a card on field so it does not target. Very, very powerful. Next, some of our special summon guys. One a piece of Yaksha, Barong, and this guy, Rangbali. So they all special summon themselves from your hand when a card is destroyed. I believe it's a fire. But this one's a Fire King, this is a Fire King, and this is a Fire King. So these are all Fire Kings. So these are a little bit more specific than the other ones, which just need fire monsters, so we're playing minimal amounts of these. Yaksha special summons itself, and when it's destroyed and sent to the grave, you can destroy a card in your hand or field, so this lets you extend. Barong, if it's destroyed at the end phase, lets you search, so it's a searcher. And then Rangbali will go with our next one, which is Double Arvata, which does not have a condition to special summon itself. These are negates. This is a spell negate, this is a monster negate. By destroying another, I believe it's another Fire King. No, one other fire monster. Much better. So that's going to be it for our Fire Kings. Now on to our Tribrigades. Triple Fractal. Triple Kit. Kit's a weird ratio. Let me go over Fractal. All the Tribrigades have the effect, while they're on board, it's an ignition, to banish any number of Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast to special summon a link monster that's Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast with the link amount equal to the amount of stuff you banished. Shitty explanation, I know. But they all have a secondary effect. Fractal says you can discard this card from your hand or field to send a Beast, Beast Warrior, Winged Beast. I believe it's level 4. Level 3 or lower from your deck to your grave. So this will let you send most of the time it's going to be your Tribrigade stuff. Triple Kit. Kit also has that ignition effect once on board, but when this card is sent to the grave, or rather, like, when this hits the grave, you can, like, send another Tribrigade card from your deck to your grave, which is going to be your Nerval. Nerval, when it's sent to grave, adds a Tribrigade monster from deck to hand except for himself. And then there's Karos. This one's special effect is you can discard, I believe it's another, I think it's just another Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, yeah, and special summon him. He's just a free summon, and he also, these all have the effect to banish to get some. So that's our Tribrigades. That's it for our main deck monsters. Next, onto our spells and traps. Triple Fire King Sanctuary, main thing you're searching off Ponics. On activation, it'll place a Fire King Island, which you're playing 2 of. From your deck in your face-up field zone, it protects your stuff, and when your opponent summons a monster, you can Xyz... Oh, sorry, out of frame. Oops. You can Xyz summon using Fire Kings you control, like when your opponent summons on resolution. Next, Fire King Island. During your main phase, you can destroy a monster in your hand or field. If you do, add a Fire King from deck to hand. If you control no monsters, you can special summon a Fire Wing Beast from your hand. So you can special summon Ponics, which is nice if you open Fire King Island plus Ponics. And when it's destroyed, it does nuke your board. Sanctuary does protect it to prevent that from happening as frequently, though. So those are our Fire King spell traps. Now onto our honorary Fire King spell traps, which are also Tribrigade spell traps. Tenki. We have Beast Warriors in both archetypes that we want to be searching. This is mostly going to be searching Fractal, however we can search on some of the Fire King stuff as well. Ponics is our like basically our starter, so we're playing a 1-for-1, which is very nice because we can send them off. We can send Tribrigades off 1-for-1 to get more advantage. This can also summon Nerval from deck as well. Our next 2 power 1-of spells, Foolish and Called By. If we can send a Kit or a Nerval, we can get the Tribrigade portion of our deck up and running. And last in engine piece, Revolt. We are going to be searching it, and we are going to be summoning a Shurg, and Shurg is very powerful, so we are playing the 1 Revolt. Hand traps. Double Mourner, 1 Veiler, triple Imperm. Change the ratios around however you'd like. These are the hand traps I like. I like the targeting negation ones. And I like being able to activate as many as I can if I'm going second. Ash is probably definitely a better choice for one of these hand traps just because it's a fire that you can destroy in your hand. However, I neglected to put that into account when building the deck. Fun little note with both Kit and a little bit less so with Fractal. Let me see if I can't find third Fractal. No, third Fractal's right here. With Kit and Fractal, they are fires that you can pop. Mainly talking about Kit. That's the reason we're playing 3 of her. It's a fire that we can pop in hand, and when it's sent to grave, we can start our entire Tribrigade engine. So it's very useful. It is also a level 2 with 700 attack, which is very relevant when going into extra deck stuff. Speaking of which, extra deck stuff. Here's the relevance, Mirage. If we open like just Kit and absolutely nothing else, we can at least get some of our Tribrigade stuff going by normal summoning it and linking it off for an Mirage. That will give us two monsters in grave plus a search for like Fractal or whatever we want. So we can try and get back on course like that. Now on to Tribrigades. Doublefet. This is an ignition to summon 1 from hand. And if this card's sent to the grave, you can draw a card and put a card from your hand back to the bottom of the deck. This card's very good because it just special summons cards from our hands, mostly going to be Tribrigades. Next, 1 Brum. This one, when it's sent to grave, searches a Tribrigade spell trap, puts it in your hand, put 1 on the bottom. And this one has an ignition effect, which we're not really going to use too frequently, but we definitely can use and flex it, where you can discard 2 cards. You discard 2 cards, target one of your banished level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters and special summon it. And then it has the graveyard effect. Then you can only use it once per turn. This one, however, does have a lock, I believe. Yeah, this one, when you use the graveyard effect, you can't summon anything but Tribrigades for the rest of the turn. So you want to be linking this one off at the very end. Next, Double Shurg. We're not playing Rugal. We're playing a couple extra cards in the extra deck that we can play around with a little bit better than just Rugal, because Rugal does not really positively synergize. Specifically talking about with Ponics, because it negates the effect and it brings it back to hand. And by that time, your Ponics should already be back in your hand. Double Shurg on summon on banish a card. Doesn't target. When this card's sent to the grave, add a Beast Warrior or Winged Beast from your deck to your hand. With a level equal to or lower than the amount of Beast Warrior or Winged Beasts that are banished, I believe. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure I got that one. Our honorary Tribrigades. Ancient Warrior Oath Double Dragon Lords. The DDL. This guy's a bounce. This guy bounces a card. That's pretty much it. But the thing is, Tribrigades don't only summon Tribrigades. They'll summon any Beast Warrior, Winged Beast, or Beast extra deck monster. We're just playing the best of the best. Which are the Tribrigade cards for the most part. Lastly, new card. New card Pochamp Doner. There we go. 2 monsters of different types. It's a Beast Warrior. Target a for higher monster you control and a monster opponent controls. Destroy them. That's it. This guy is just a pop that we can special summon off the Tribrigades. It's just a little flex piece. And we can also just summon it too. Now on to more generic extra deck cards. Format staple. Like, I don't know what to say. IV Masquerena, also kind of a format staple. Tribrigade did kind of toy around with this a little bit before, but they were more focused on the Apollosa aspect, less so the IP Masquerena aspect. IP's old bud. IP has better friends now, but we're kind of a link spam deck. We put a lot of bodies on board, and our extra deck is a little bit flexible, but we don't lean too heavy into the Tribrigades. So we're playing these in order so we have the ability to remove stuff if we need to. A lot of the Fire King stuff is focused in the main deck. That's where a lot of the power is, in my opinion. So if we're playing those in the main deck, we have 2 extra death slots dedicated to that spoiler. But other than that, we can just fill the rest of the slots in with either the Tribrigade mandatory stuff and then flex spots. So that's what I'm choosing to do. Next, this one is more of a Tribrigade card. Access code. This guy kills people. That's pretty much it. That's it for the links. Now on to XEs. Garunix Eternity Hyung of the Fire Kings. If this is XE summoned, nuke the board. On an ignition, detach a material, target a spell trap, destroy it, and if you do, it gains attack permanently. If this card is destroyed when it has material, special summon Fire Kings from your grave equal to the amount of material it had when destroyed. Simple. Good card. We like summoning this on our opponent's turn. It's alright summoning it on our turn. Last, Sky Crisis. Yeah, it's just a card that we can summon a lot of the time. It's either this or Zeus, to be honest, or maybe like White Woman Jump Scare. This extra deck is pretty flexible in my opinion. There's like a couple slots where I believe like you can choose not to play the second Shurg or the second Farigite. Pretty sure. Donner isn't necessary, but Donner is pretty cool, and Double Dragon Lords might have like been phased out, to be honest. But this is this is my Fire King Tribrigade deck. Not necessarily super competitive, but competitive enough to take to locals, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. I very much appreciate all the support y'all have been giving me. I am going to be making a little bit of a longer video coming up next, so it might just take a little bit longer than the other videos that I've uploaded to go up. However, I do really hope y'all take a look at that, just because it's going to have a lot of effort and editing put into it, because I know y'all love my little editing intro bits from that when I'm getting from the comments, I assume. Hopefully y'all like them. It takes me a lot of time to make them. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.